Oh, shit. This is a different train station. I have to be careful about that. But thankfully, there's a computer for me to hack right here. Ooh. Well, this is risky. I pretty much am screwed if I was detected, because I can't do anything with this.
Access granted.
Alright, turn this off. Network added. Alright, I don't actually know how far I get put out over here. But we should be pretty close to the clinic.
They really believe a riot can spread all the way into the city?
Alright, yep. Right around the corner. Excuse me, gents. You're definitely gonna need those giant robots against these unaugmented citizens. Oh boy.
Just wait there.
Knowing what kind of freaks are coming out of there.
Alright. Can I get in here? Yes. Without having to unlock the door. Greetings!
We have no business together.
We have a lot of business together.
What are you doing here? It's after curfew. It's dangerous.
Serial killers are dangerous. Curfews are just inconvenient.
I beg your pardon?
Daria Mishka. Ring a bell.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, but I'm not at liberty to divulge anyone's personal information.
Yeah, I doubt that. Okay.
I'm asking for your help. Daria's missing. She's gotten herself mixed up in these harvester killings.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I don't see what that has to do with me. Or with you, for that matter.
Before going after her, I want to make sure I have all the information I need. I read the email you sent her. You seemed very concerned. Something about a neurosurgery you performed. Why was it so important for her to meet you here?
I used to know Daria. She was a patient of mine.
Your patient? You mean here at the drugstore?
No, of course not. Before that, when I used to work for Tai Yong Medical, big tech corporation. You know it?
Enough to know I don't like where this is going.
I headed a project, the cutting edge of neural science and cellular memory replacement. We dealt with people suffering from severe social disorders. We were making people better by making them better people.
Okay, I'm interested.
How exactly did you make people better?
We found a way to isolate specific character traits. The idea was to use neural implants with imprints of desirable traits from select individuals and insert them into others who were, how should I say, less gifted. Take a man like yourself, for example. Could have given you a sense of humor.
Hey now, I've got a great sense of
Funny
humor.
enough as it is. Now how about you tell me what went wrong? Something obviously did.
We were trying to help people. Imagine what it would mean if we succeeded. Anxiety, gone. Apathy, gone. Depression, gone.
Diversity gone, spontaneity gone, individuality gone. But you probably left that part out of your sales pitch.
Daria is responsible for what Daria does. The only reason Tai Yong forced me to get involved is because so much is at stake for them. Big brand name to protect. I've met their lawyers, men whose briefcases are filled with broken teeth. You must understand.
Yeah, what I can understand is if you try to help me out. I'm trying to get to that point where you stop just bullshitting us around and get to what we need. And I'm just gonna keep on kind of appealing. We're gonna keep on appealing.
I'm trying to save Daria. If any part of you cares about what happens to her, now is the time to tell me. What do I need to know to help her?
Daria is beyond help. You're wasting your time.
That's for me to decide. Now tell me about this procedure. And you can quit stalling, because I'm not going anywhere until I get the answers I need.
My job was to address people's deficiencies by integrating donor personality packages. That meant we needed lots of confident volunteers to donate time to our project. As you can imagine, people weren't exactly lining up to have a scrape inside their heads. So Tai Young had to diversify.
Once again, not sure I like where this is going.
Tai Young Medical cut a deal with various penitentiaries. Prisoners who took part in our programs, they got granted little perks, bigger cells, running water. The prisons, they benefited from facility upgrades. It was a win-win.
You implanted the personality traits of prisoners into the mentally unstable? Smart. Let me take a wild guess. Daria's donor was Marek Svobotka, better known as the Harvester.
Donor number 698843. All I saw, all I was given, was a series of test scores that showed a perfect match. Everything she was missing, he had. Nothing else mattered at the time.
Yep, it's as I expected. Something funky going on with her brain involving the Harvester. Jesus Christ, man.
An innocent woman's been turned into a vicious killer, in large part because of a procedure you carried out. I'd say that matters.
Daria wasn't turned into anything. She willingly participated in a procedure. Now she is willingly killing people. You may choose to see a causal relationship between those two things, but let me assure you, it's more complicated.
Wow, you're dense.
Save it for the lawyers. What I need to know is how to stop her.
All right. Look, we obviously want the same thing here. Daria has a neural chip installed just above the hairline. She won't let you get anywhere near it. So if you're serious about putting an end to this, you'll have to, you know.
What, kill her?
That would be my preference, yes. Or I suppose you could just incapacitate her, but then you run the risk of having her wake up. Not a risk I would take personally.
Yeah, let's see what else we got.
There must be another way. Something that doesn't involve attacking her.
I wish I could help you. Unless you're willing to meet violence with violence, Daria's not a victim. Chip or no chip, she is behind this, and she will try to attack you no matter what you do.
I think you just want her out of the picture, so she can't tell her story to anyone, so that you and Tai Young don't get embarrassed.
I'm sorry you feel that way. I wish I could help, but I swear to you,
I pressed the wrong
attacking
one,
her before she
actually.
attacks
I
you
wanted to
is the only
contradict
way.
him.
Maybe, but I still think you're hiding something.
Look, I'm the only one who can analyze the data and find out exactly what went wrong. To make sure this never happens again, please, you must agree to incapacitate Daria and remove the chip. Bring it back to me, and I promise you will be compensated.
We'll see.
God damn it, dude. Okay, let's reload. One jump cut. I did not mean to press that button. I blame the layout of the choices. Because Q for doubt... So Q is physically on the left side of the keyboard, right? It's on the it's further left than E. And yet Q chooses the right choice, while E, the one on the right, chooses the left choice. It's one of those like psychological cognitive things. Like when you're dual wielding guns in a video game and you're like, oh, the right trigger will shoot the right gun and the left trigger will shoot the left gun. And then you find out that the right trigger shoots both guns, or the right trigger shoots the left gun and the left trigger shoots the right gun. It's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. But whatever. That's why saves exist.
There must be another way. Something that doesn't involve attacking her.
I wish I could help you. Unless you're willing to meet violence with violence, Daria's not a victim. Chip or no chip, she is behind this, and she will try to attack you no matter what you do.
I don't think Daria is as responsible as you make her out to be. Taking her out and removing the chip is great for you. Gets rid of any evidence that might link her actions to your bungled experiment. But there's no way it's my only option. And there's no way Tai Young Medical would develop a sensitive technology like this without some kind of failsafe. I know you're holding something back.
Like what?
A weakness, an override. Something that allows me to talk to her without the influence of whatever it is you installed.
Well, there is an override phrase. Daria has been programmed to react to it with specific subconscious impulses that are designed to trigger a shutdown of the chip.
Why wouldn't you tell me that in the first place?
Because I knew you would overestimate what it could do. You're a fool if you think you can just walk up to a killer and say a magic word. It won't undo what she's become. The decision to act on Svobodka's memories, to repeat them, that was all Daria. Simply shutting down the chip at this point will not be sufficient.
That's for me to decide. What's the override phrase?
Ad hominem 2026. But I warn you, do not turn your back on her. And do not underestimate her responsibility in all of this. We all have terrible nightmares. We all have visions of sick and terrible things we could do. But we don't all act on them. You must be careful around her.
Shut up, dude. Not all of us have a literal fucking serial killer jammed into our brain via a direct
It's dangerous
connection.
to be out in the street tonight.
We all have dark impulses that we don't act on. It's Dario's fault. Are you kidding me? I should have shown him the evidence of, like, all the crazy scribbling she's got going on. He already admitted that the people they chose are, like, mentally unstable in the first place. Or not really mentally unstable, but more like not socially viable.
I knew when Harper died, something was sparking.
And yet he's just like, oh no, it's all Daria, she's acting on it. Just knock her out for me, wouldn't you? Give me the chip and we could sweep this all under the board. Nope. I mean, I'd be personally fine with that, but if we have the option to talk her down, that's the option we're going for. And now we walk again. Or Jensen. He gets to spend hours being bored and flexing his arm because he's got nothing else to do. Alright, let's go ahead and head through the sewers. Who the heck is that? This a sieve? Just a random sieve. Okay. Follow the trail. It goes straight down here. What the hell happened? Did she hurt herself and then drag herself through the area? Or did she hurt somebody else and drag them through the area? Looks like Daria Maiska's cell phone. This is probably what she used to call me. Oof. I think she's gonna be right around this corner. Oh, who's that? Who the hell is that? Is that another chick from her cat group?
Oh, thank God.
Oh, it's
I
Daria.
knew you'd find me. We must hurry before he comes back.
Before who comes back? The man who killed Angela Gunn?
Yes. He knows you're after him. He wanted you to come.
She didn't have glasses the last time.
So where is he?
He's everywhere. Can you not feel his presence? Are you not scared?
Why did he bring you here? What does he want?
He's using me to get to you. He thinks that by removing your augmentations, he can make you whole again. Quickly, come closer. Help me to get out, and then deal with him. Please, I beg you.
Yeah, we can't trust that information.
I need to know where he is first. How long ago did he leave here? Which way did he go?
You've got to be joking. We don't have time for all these questions. If he knows I spoke to you, he will kill me.
Oh, shush.
Please. My ankle. Come closer. You must help me escape.
Not a chance. I know what you are. Okay, we're done playing along.
You can drop the act, Daria. I know what's going on here. I know there's no one else out there. I ran into an old friend of yours. The name Cipra mean anything to you?
You mean Dr. Cipra? Ugh. Where did you dig him up?
Jesus.
He's worried about you.
He's worried about himself.
Oh my god!
He's worried about Tai Yong Medical. They're willing to kill to cover things up, to preserve their precious image. Their reasons are savage compared to mine.
Yeah, let's use that keyword.
I don't believe this is who you are. Something changed in you after Cipra's surgery. Made you do things you would never have done otherwise, for reasons that aren't your own. But it's not too late.
Don't be so naive. I am who I've always been. Cipra's surgery, all it did was give me access to another man's technique, his courage to follow through.
I can still help you.
Absit Omen 3029 Ab Origine. No, it's ad hominem. These aren't even close. Omelette du fromage.
Ad hominem 2026.
What did you do? Is that how machines pray?
Listen to me. The neural chip that Dr. Cipra installed in you is in the process of shutting down. Try to focus. This version of you that's been hurting people, I don't believe that was really you.
Then you don't know me very well. Why? Why should this change anything? The procedure gave me access to memory banks that weren't my own. The choice to draw on those memories was mine alone. You can't take them from me.
The shutdown process may take some time. There may be lingering effects, but that doesn't mean it's too late to help you.
You really believe that, don't you? All right. Prove it. Approach me. Come closer. Save me from all those horrible things Dr. Cipra did. There's nothing to be scared of, right? Surely whatever trace of the harvester was inside me is gone now that you've said the magic word.
Yeah, persuade.
You obviously need more help than I can offer, but that doesn't mean it's not out there. Whatever power the neural chip had over you should be diminishing now. You should be able to fight whatever urges Svobodka's memories inspired in you.
I don't need help. You do. You need to be saved. All Augs need to be saved. Svobodka inspired me to... I can make you human again. I have to make you human again to atone for what I am.
I mean, you're augmented yourself, but okay. Subject's personality traits are those of Marik Svobodka, the original harvester killer. Whatever part of the real Daria Miska that now remains has long lain dormant. She must be found. Well, Omega pinged a whole bunch, so Humanize is up there.
This notion you got that augmented people need saving, that there's something less than human. Look, I didn't know her, but I guarantee you Angela Gunn was a human being. Her humanity was defined by her ideas, her passions, the causes she believed in. It had nothing to do with whether or not she was augmented.
Svobodka never saw them as individuals. To him, they were victims of an age that terrified him. Mirror images of the monster he had become. He believed the entire race was under attack, that mechanization would keep our souls from migrating.
How does that sound like to you when you say it? Migration of the soul? Victims of an age? I'm not talking abstract concepts here. I'm talking about people. Svobodka never saw his victims as human beings because it would have made it impossible to do what he did. He was sick, he was scared. Whatever he was no savior.
You're right. The more he killed, the easier it became. That is why he had to repeat the actions, ritualize them. It was a way of justifying his beliefs. If you kill one man, the memory is like an anvil. If you kill 7, you quickly forget the first. It all starts to seem inevitable. Surely it must be obvious to you by now. The Daria you came here to save no longer exists. She hasn't for a long time. All that remains now is his drive, his legacy, his cause.
Daria, you're bullshitting yourself, just like he bullshitted himself. Savatka was a serial killer acting out impulses that he tried to couch in the spiritual rhetoric. His cause, not yours. I don't know the extent to which you're responsible for your actions. Whether you chose to be like him or whether it was out of your control, but you are different. I want both, really.
Svabotka didn't have a cause. He was a serial killer, acting out on impulses that he tried to couch in spiritual rhetoric. A way of convincing himself that his actions were justified, but they weren't. No amount of faith or abstraction makes it okay to dehumanize people the way he did.
No. No, it doesn't. But so what if you're right? So what that Svabodka's motivations cannot stand up to scrutiny. His actions, my actions, cannot be justified. Where does that leave me? If those others did not deserve to die, then I deserve to die.
It's not for me to judge you. I want smarter people than me to look into this neural procedure you underwent. Dig into Cipra and Tai Young.
So you're offering me a fair trial?
I'm not offering anything. But if there's any hope of moving on here, not killing anyone else is a good start. Society has every right to judge you, and it also has a right to hear all about Cipra and Tai Young Medical. I'm not an expert on extenuating circumstances, but I'd say you have an interesting case.
You were right before, about the override process taking time. I can feel him receding. Memories of memories no longer crashing against me like they did. Let me prove it to you. Come closer. I want at least one person to know that I'm no longer what I was.
Let's not ruin a good thing. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'll approach, but I'm actually hesitating.
All right, Daria, we need to get you out of here.
But she doesn't have the gun anymore, so what can she do?
The version of me who did those things to Angela, I cannot even imagine it being me, even though I know it was. Whatever happens now, whatever the authorities decide, I hope you believe me.
What's going on here? What the hell am I interrupting?
Detective Montag.
Daria's got a story to tell you. How you react may have something to do with your thoughts on experimental neural therapies and big medical conglomerates.
I don't understand. Where is the harvester?
I want to turn myself in.
One of you really needs to start explaining.
I want to confess to the killings of Angela Gunn, Misha Voracek, Pavel Klima, and Leonie Wolf. I also need to tell you about the neural procedure I underwent. It involves Tai Young Medical and a man named Dr. Nicholas Cipra. I hope you'll listen.
You can handle this from here. Just listen carefully to what she has to say.
Okay.
All right, Daria. I think you should start at the beginning.
I got
2
really
years
worried.
ago, I signed up for a program sponsored by Tai Young Medical. They said they could help people to become better versions of themselves. It all feels so long ago now. Another lifetime.
I suggest you remember everything you possibly can about this procedure you underwent. Who was involved?
Oh,
when
shit.
It happened?
I'm not that person anymore. I swear to you.
Take your time. For now, nothing's going to happen until I
She
get
had
the full
fucking
story.
turrets and shit. Yo, she was totally fucking ready to destroy my ass. What the fuck? Turrets, laser grids? Holy hell.
Turning myself in is for the best. I know that now.
Did Daria have glasses before? Am I crazy? Because I really don't remember her having glasses before. When I saw her, I was like, oh, is that a different victim tied up to the chair? And then I realized it was her. Look at all these fucking smoke mines. Holy crap. I might as well take all this stuff. It is a reward for me. Not really to use on anybody, but to sell for a bit of cash that, well, fucking, my overwhelming amount of cash that doesn't really matter. That was an interesting turnaround. Like, her transition to just stone cold killer
Trace program initiated.
was really fast. Like, once I said you can drop the egg, she's just like, okay, alright, yeah, here's my gun. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, all of these are turned off. So she had multiple cameras and a turret. I'm assuming she had control of them somehow, some way. Whoa. Interesting. Alright, there's more shit going on here. That is definitely something debatable. I mean, obviously, with our advanced knowledge, we can say that Daria can't be, like, 100% to blame for all this stuff, because who knows what kind of crazy effects would happen to someone if you implanted the memories of a serial killer into a relatively unstable individual, right? Maybe it would make them pretty much act out like the serial killer, or maybe she had those tendencies to begin with. I don't know. She tried to say that, but I don't think so. I think that she's actually a legitimately okay person.
If you don't, then you can just fuck off.
Okay, alright. Well, we got that mission out of the way. It was all like, plot twist Daria, but we saw it coming a while away, not immediately. It was more just because it kind of made it very obvious once you saw, like, that her connection to everybody.